Still nothing, bro.
Yo.
Still nothing. There we go. We good now.
There we go. I'm done. Here we go. Okay, cool. So what we were discussing was, since we got to back it all the way up.
No problem. Do it.
We got to back it up. So we kicked it off talking about the Buffalo Bills and how JB's Ravens ran the score up on. Somebody got their sound on?
I do, man. My bad.
Okay, all right.
I'm just making sure we good to go.
Okay,
bro.
Cool. Yeah. So that was my bus. I don't know what happened right there. But the choice of offseason moves, sending Taylor to Cleveland to position Nathan Peterman to be the starter, only for you to have him put up a pathetic game, then demote him and promote the rookie Josh Allen. That's what we at right now. That's what we're discussing. And JB, you was telling them how you felt about that whole thing, right?
Correct. Well, like I said, man, before, when we were cut out, they knew what they was getting. They put that guy back out there at his last time we saw him. I think they saw him a few times in the preseason, but they put him back out there in the elements against the Ravens at home, and it turned out the way we thought it would. It was perfect. We baited him into a few things, and we stopped the one thing that will make that team go. And that's the one thing that gave them their only first down in the game. Well, they had two. But
yeah.
That was LaShawn McCoy, actually.
Right. And Glass, you were saying how
I was saying how idiotic the Bills organization was. Bills gonna do what Bills gonna do. You seen what happened last year. You put in Peterman, take out Tyrod out, put in Peterman. He gave you multiple interceptions. Nothing changed from that time to week one,
right?
Where you had him start. You got to score 40. You got rolled on 47-3, then score any touchdowns, and your quarterback threw for 24 yards. They got to be. I'm sorry, Cleveland Browns. I know y'all had the reign for a couple of years, but now we got a new ruler in the underworld, and that's the Buffalo Bills.
Yep.
Hey, I'm gonna check the sound one more time.
Yeah, check it one more time.
Right in the chat saying they can't hear you, Q.
I know, right? So check that out for me real quick. I'm gonna turn this other mic on because I got it's showing too.
I'm gonna check the sound one more time.
Let's see. Let's do this.
Yo. You good, Q? Roll. Hey, I'm just glad it ain't me that's having it. I still don't think you being heard, bro. I got the stream up in my hand.
Your speaker. Hold on, let me turn this one on.
I still don't think.
Let me turn this one on. Let me turn this one on. What about this one? What about this one? You. It's on, right? You hear it, right?
I don't know why. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, right.
That's crazy. Maybe I was listening. Maybe it was on a delay. Blah blah. Anyway, let's get back to it, man. Try to stay
okay. Again. Detroit Lions. Matt Patricia. Glass checking the sound real quick.
Yep. It's cool.
Okay, good. Detroit Lions. Matt Patricia. Patriot way. He thought he could pack it up and take it to Detroit. He thought it could work out the same way it always has in New England. But we found out the Patriot way don't travel. Okay, so I feel like, okay, there you go, Anwar. That's my man. But my thing is, Glass, is that the Patriot way only exists in New England. I don't think you can have that same implementation of a game plan, a scheme, and a way of life, or whatever they want to call it, I don't think you can. I don't think you can branch it off and reseed it somewhere else. I don't think it works that way. What you think?
I totally agree. I don't know why people keep on thinking that because you get a coordinator or a coach over from the New England Patriots, your team gonna get better. Because I mean, the ratio is like 1 to 16 because that Charlie Rice,
yes,
Romeo Crennel,
yes,
Bill O'Brien is maybe the only one I can think of.
Phillips, well, he still failed.
Right, so no, just because you leaving the Patriots, or just because you're getting the coach from the Patriots, don't mean it's gonna make your team better. And I don't understand why people think it's gonna work.
Right. I don't either. And JB, so we know that we saw that the last one was Josh McDaniels and his tenure in Denver. And some say it was a phase, some say it was an experiment. But he had to come back home with his tail tucked between his legs. And I got a feeling that's going to happen to Matt Patricia as well. I think he'll serve three serviceable years.
And the guy in Tennessee.
Yes, absolutely. I don't know. It's just I just saw a team. What? You losing to Seattle last week? What happened? You losing to Seattle? Okay, what are you talking about? Sub-Q, if I'm not mistaken. I guess you're talking about some Broncos stuff, which we ain't got to yet, right? We talking about that right now, right? We ain't talking about that yet. We talking about that. Yeah, I'm just saying. We talking about the Lions right now, and then we're gonna talk about the Panthers, and then we're gonna talk about the Broncos. I'm gonna put you. See, I was gonna do it next, but I ain't gonna do it now. You know what I'm saying, right? But what I saw, JB, was a like what? How much of that roster has changed since Patricia got there? The quarterback is the same. The wide receivers are pretty much the same. The running backs are a little bit different due to injury and stuff like that. But the team is pretty much the same, right?
Yep.
So why did it look like Matt Stafford was completely discombobulated, like he had no idea what was going on? Like
just bad quarterback play. There were things that throws that he made, decisions that he made. Play calling was a factor also. That he was he looked better in his rookie season than he did the other night.
Right.
So I don't know if they were all for something that Matt Patricia implemented that he ain't really got accustomed to yet, but I ain't making no excuses for him. You throw 5 interceptions at the pro level, you pretty much suck. I mean, that's no excuse for it.
No, I mean, I'm not making excuses for the quarterback. I'm just saying normally quarterbacks go out that glass and they play on instincts, and they've been doing it for years. They've been playing on the same team and the same offense for quite a while. To me, it looked like, how we always say that the New England Patriots is a system. You take Brady out of that system, what is he? You take Matt Castle or what's the guy who played for all the quarterbacks that left New England, take them out of that system. Who are they, right? So now it's the other way around. Now they're trying to force that system onto Matt Stafford, and to me, it seemed like he was going through the paces instead of trusting his instincts. That's just what I think, Glass. What you got?
Well, you know what? Let's pump the brakes real quick. We all know this is only week 1. Right. Everything gonna get settled between week 3, week 4. But compared to this game, I believe it wasn't that bad. All right, the first half was pretty good. I think the score was 3-10, 7-10.
It was good for the first half. It was
good. And then the second half, I don't know if Patricia tried to make changes to be all cute and everything, but it seemed like the Jets knew what the Patriots were going to do. I mean, I'm sorry, what the Lions were going to do, and all hell broke loose. So, like I said, it's week 1, but Detroit got to get this stuff together because I know my hometown Chicago Bears are NFC North, but they could be in last place. The way they're playing.
No problem.
The way they got it right now. And then let's take it to the other side of the field, JB. Now, was it due to the Lions being pathetically bad, or can we look at the young Sam Darnold and shine him up a little bit? I ain't ready to crown him yet, but what a hell of a performance though, JB. I'm just saying.
Nope, not at all. Not in my opinion. His first play was a pick 6.
Yeah, the first play, but that was it. I mean, after that, he got his nerves.
The second touchdown was a throw up, toss up, and the guy just happened to be a pretty good receiver and the athlete. He made that play, but all the other points came from turnovers and special teams play and the run game. So Sam Darnold didn't do anything. He was 1 for 1, in my opinion.
I think after that first interception, any other young, especially as young as he is, I think he got hit on the record right now for being the youngest starting QB ever. I think any other quarterback would have been shook for the rest of the game. For him to bounce back the way he did, keep his composure, I thought the dude was balling out, JB. I don't know, man.
I think it's completely and utterly fool's gold, but go ahead.
I'm just gonna put this in there real quick. Shouts out to Josh McCown. He need to be a coach when he retired as a quarterback, because if you notice, when he threw that pick six, that first pass was a pick six. He's told I heard this. He said that he told Josh McDaniels, all right, you got that out your system. Calm down. Let's do what you're supposed to be doing. Then he went to the offensive coordinator and said, don't worry about it. He's gonna be straight. As you could tell, he calmed down and did what he had to do. Shouts out to Josh McCown.
Yeah. So Anwar says Darnold threw 2 touchdowns and like 200 yards. Good first game, James. I'm just saying, man, get a man a little bit. I think he played. I mean, look, especially throwing a pick six on his first NFL pass, that could shatter a young quarterback's psyche for the rest of his career. You know what I mean?
He played better than Trubisky. I'm just gonna say it like
that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it.
Okay. What about the other young quarterback?
I'll give Donald an E. Well, I may be wrong, because this fella, I'll just checking his poise in the pocket, how he was able to extend some of them plays. Now I don't know, we'll see, but I'll give him a high mark for that, because usually I see quarterbacks that's been around a while scared pressure is on them, they just throw it up. Absolutely. But he was trying to make something out of nothing. So I'll give him a high mark.
Absolutely. I think he did pretty good. Some Jay says, told y'all Darnold, L. Jackson, and Rosen gonna be legit. Hey, listen, I mean, I think Darnold, I mean, again, like JB said, it's week 1. And then it was playing against a team that was playing on their heels the whole entire time anyway. So it's kind of hard to gauge it. It's really hard to gauge it. But what about out in Arizona, though, Glass? The young guy out there was doing this thing. Not Arizona, Kansas City. Pat Mahomes. You know, of course, I was upset with Pat Mahomes because I think he, unseated my man Alex Smith and ran him out of town. But you know what? I think it was a good move at the end of the day. I think that team looked good. They looked pretty good. The young boy was slinging that rock all over the place. It looked nice to me, Glass. What you think?
Hey, man, it's all about business. You got Alex Smith looking at making all this money. You got your guy, Pat Mahomes, sitting on the bench with an arm. I didn't know he had an arm like that. Yeah. Man, you got rookie deal compared to a veterans deal. Yeah, get rid of Alex Smith, bring in Pat Mahomes, and let him ride. Now, I'm gonna put a disclaimer up in here real quick. Yeah. Nothing against Mahomes, but Tyreek Hill did most of the work on that one.
Oh, absolutely. So JB, you now I know you don't got a lot of stock in Darnold. What about the young second year man, Pat Mahomes? Which I thought he had a good outing. What you think?
He could play. The guy got a cannon for an arm. I saw him make a throw across his body with that type of velocity. Now, granted, I'm not taking them from Donald either. That dude could play. He had all other phases of the game was supporting him.
Right.
But I saw Mahomes more or less. He was the reason why certain things was happening.
Oh, absolutely. Now I'm gonna go ahead and say this last because you called me out on Twitter about your boy Aaron Rodgers. Now listen. I'm gonna say this. I still don't believe he knows Superman. I do believe by him doing what he did, going out of the game, them getting the score. What they had? What's the score? 3-20 at that particular point.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't.
Yeah, you're right.
They couldn't do nothing. They couldn't move the ball. They couldn't do anything. They were pretty much a non-existent football team while Rodgers was in the back getting taped up. They could do absolutely. So to me, rather than throwing all these heroics on Aaron Rodgers, which I know y'all ready to do, I want to talk about how bad the Green Bay Packers suck without their quarterback behind center. That's what I want to talk about, Glass. I'm going to shoot it to you first, because you want to defend Aaron Rodgers at all costs.
Wait. I wanted to be wrong. You see what it did with my hometown Bears. I wanted to be wrong, but let's put it out there. Aaron Rodgers is, if not the number 1 quarterback, he's number 2 quarterback. Okay. You see what he did with a bum knee. He broke down. He picked apart the Bears defense. Now, granted, I believe Khalil Mack and Roquan and all them was out of shape because they haven't had any preseason or camps. You know what I'm saying? But you cannot let a guy like that pick you apart in the second half when you got the 23 lead. So you gotta give some credit to Aaron Rodgers.
Look, I give him some. Look, I don't know if I give the credit. JB, I'm struggling with this one.
All right, wait. Who you gonna give the credit to?
I don't know if I get a credit to the Bears defense being that horrible. I already know the Green Bay Packers suck as a team. They couldn't do nothing while Aaron Rodgers was in the back. They couldn't do nothing. Aaron Rodgers is the Green Bay Packers, JB. Without him, they are 0-16 without Aaron Rodgers behind center, bro. What you think?
I'm gonna have to agree, but there was some effort plays by Cobb and Adams to get them touchdowns. So because the passes were short, but at the same time, it was the belief because when the other fella was in there, it was a strip sack and it was a pick six, both by Mack. When that other guy was in there, Kaiser. So I mean, the defense here, you have to respect Aaron when he's on the field. You don't know where the ball may go,
right.
But when you got a new guy in there, it's pretty one-dimensional, and they knew it. And pressure bust pipes, and they knew that. But you have to respect Rodgers when he's on the field, one leg, one toe, one arm. You have to stay disciplined. And some of them guys didn't realize that was on the field for Chicago.
I don't know, man. It's almost like the LeBron James effect to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to really see how great this guy can be if he's playing on a team that's worthless. Like, the team, they don't support him. I mean, like,
wait a minute.
I'm just saying, it's
Are you
weird
making
to me.
sense? Are you making sense?
It don't make a lot of sense.
You saying you can't see the greatness of Aaron Rodgers.
I can't see it because his team sucks so bad. I'm just
that
saying.
should show you right there.
It show me that they ain't never gonna win. It mean that they ain't gonna win.
That don't have nothing to do with Aaron Rodgers being great. But anyway, before we move on, let me just say this about my hometown Bears. Mr. Trubisky ain't shit. Put it out there like that. I'm telling you right now, ain't nowhere in the world you sitting here telling me you moved up 2 spots, gave up some picks. To pick Mr. Trubisky that nobody knew of in North Carolina, and he showed you this weekend. You picked him up for accuracy.
Yeah.
He threw behind Allen Robinson. He threw in front of all the other wide receivers. He is not a number 2. And then I've heard that he has not thrown a multiple pass touchdown game yet.
No, he hasn't.
You got Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes in that same draft, and look what they do.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I remember when the Trubisky pick went down. I was like,
oh,
you know what I mean? I was like, okay.
They picked him because of his measurables, not his combine stats, but just he was a big quarterback. You know, I mean, you want a guy that's not 5'11", 5'7".
JB. I hear all that, but from what I understand, like I said, I never even heard of this man.
Neither did
before
I.
He got to draft, but I heard of Deshaun Watson, who won a Heisman Trophy,
right?
Won a championship, been to 2.
Yeah.
Come on. I heard of Patrick Mahomes at Texas Tech. I don't want to hear none of that.
I mean, look, I tell you, the Trubisky pick, when they went down, I was like, and then first when they moved up, I was like, oh, okay, what they must see something that we ain't saw. But let me talk about something that I am excited about. Right. And I watched this with so much emotion, as much emotion as I go watch on the sales for watching the game from a tablet. But them Cleveland Brownies, man, I'm telling you, right. I was I called for the upset, and I almost got it, Glass. I almost got it, and it wasn't no fault of. Only thing I would say was missing, JB, when I looked at that Cleveland outing, is that the finisher in them and the killer instinct, the ability to be able to put a team away, is missing. And I think why Hugh Jackson preaching all this other stuff, toughness and all of that, I think they have that. I think they just need to be able to put it. They had 3 opportunities to put the game away, and they botched all 3 opportunities, JB. And I really wanted them to win that game. They had Pittsburgh on the heels, dealing with some Le'Veon Bell drama and all this other stuff. The defense played; they balled out. I thought the wide receivers balled out. I thought Cleveland played very good football on all 3 phases. I thought they did. They just couldn't put the game away, JB. And so, what you think about it? Oh, he's stuck because he's still got that look on his face. Okay, Glass, and I mean to come into you then.
No problem. I agree with you. This was the opportunity to show the world that y'all legit. And I think Steelers had multiple turnovers. That's when you got to take advantage of it. And I just think that nothing against Hugh, he got to do a little bit better in adjusting in the second half to close them. And then in the overtime, you had another chance to close them. Man. So I'm just saying, give it to, like I said, once again, it's week 1. They will be doing better. Yeah. And we'll see next game how they're going to do.
Hey, look, they didn't lose, JB. They didn't lose, right? So we can't say they lost. They didn't lose. It's just they could not put the Steelers away. I don't know if that's going to be a problem going forward. I know it's something they definitely need to address. But what you thought about that?
Well, I thought for a week 1 showing against, I guess, the class of the North right now, They played them tough, man. I mean, they were given. They started the jail. They didn't play a complete 3-phase game. When the offense picked it up, the defense fell asleep, and when the defense was playing tough most of the game, the offense came out of nowhere. So they relinquished some things. They had a whole bunch of stuff happen for them good in that game, except for just the win.
Yeah.
I mean, they gotta shore up some stuff in the special teams, obviously. Yeah, because that's what lost them the game.
And so Panthers got FSU brought up something that we talked about in the preseason. He says Cleveland got a good group of players, definitely the same team from years before. And if they let Baker come on the field, he might just turn it up. Now, after seeing, I think that one of the detriments to that performance this last weekend was at the quarterback position. I think Tyrod not having that aggressiveness in him, I think that kind of hurt them a little bit, Glass. I really feel like he could have been a little bit more aggressive than he was. At times, I felt like, like instead of just being safe and being conservative, if they could have just, pulled the claws out, and just like go for the throat for him. And Tyrod is not that guy. He's just not that good.
He never was that guy. I mean, he was doing the same thing with the Buffalo Bills. I ain't calling him to check down Charlotte, but he ain't going to sit there and throw the bomb and mess his stats up, with multiple turnovers. Right. So I ain't gonna say he's the Black Alex Smith, but it is what it is, and that's what you're gonna get. I think, to tell you the truth, with the Cleveland Browns, that's probably what you need right now till Mayfield is Mayfield is ready. Yeah. So it's a good fit.
It's a good fit. But JB, how especially seeing what happened and how close they were to finishing that game off, how hard is the resistance to pull the trigger on 5 and put him? I mean, is it 5? It's 6. It's the 6, right? It's 6. What's Mayfield's number?
6. I don't know.
But how hard is it to resist the urge to do that right now?
Well, you wouldn't put him in that type of game for a half. He didn't get the opportunity like Lamar did, with the score being 47, 38-3, whatever it is. And the game is pretty much all but won to see what he could do in a game that matter, that count. I mean, it was a tight game. You keep your starter in there. That guy's obviously the starter because he give you the best chance to win. You don't pull the plug on Tyrod and throw Baker in the middle of a dogfight with the element. So, no. So if you do make a decision, it's got to be game plan for him to play the whole game the following week.
Absolutely. I mean, I 100% agree. I just know they kept on showing shots to the crowd, and that crowd was feverish, dude. And I'm telling you, I know now it's like you and the old guy. What's the general manager's name? They sitting around like, it'd be nice to throw the kid in, but that's what they need to do. They need to go in, get a lead, and so that way they can see what he can do. But they did a good job though. He says, Slim J said he got Cleveland beating the Saints this Sunday. I don't know if I
will say this about Cleveland. They're a foe. Yeah. And if they played that well with everybody's brand new. Yeah. Tyrod's new, Juice is new. Yeah. You might as well say Gordon is new. He's still trying to get acclimated to the game. The defense, they all trying to gel, and they took the supposed class of the NFC North and basically held them with no points or knocked them typical sales to the end of the game, and they tied with them. So sadly, that's something to celebrate. They're better than they was 2 years ago.
Absolutely, but I think by a good margin too. But how about them Cowboys though? Right? How about the Cowboys not being? Yeah, glad I see your face. Don't even worry about that. I didn't say a word about the Panthers. I'm talking about them Cowboys right now, right? Because it's a problem in Big D right now. I know it ain't a Dez Bryant problem. It's a Dak Prescott problem. In my opinion, I feel like there was no off. I mean, where was the offensive game plan? Like, I mean, what did Zeke finish with? 69 yards? Is that right? Mm-hmm. And they didn't even give him. They didn't even give him 20 attempts in the first half of the game. I don't know what's going on, Glass. It looked like they're trying to, and I don't know how you're gonna have a beast in the backfield like Ezekiel Elliott and only give him 15 shots at it in the first half of that game when you obviously having a hard time moving the ball through your quarterback. And like I said, I ain't even talking about Panthers' performance. I'm just saying with Dallas not being able to generate any offense, and then they got to go back to the NFC East and deal with all that nonsense over there. I'm just saying, what you got on the Glass?
You know what the problem is. It's right there in your face. It ain't Ezekiel Elliott problem. It ain't the Dak Prescott problem. is a Jason Garrett problem.
Oh yeah.
As like I used to say, if Norv Turner your head coach in San Diego Chargers, you're not going anywhere. That's the same thing here. Jason Garrett. If Jason Garrett's your head coach with the Dallas Cowboys, expect an 8-8 or less. Now, granted, that 1 year when they made it to the playoffs, there was a rookie Ezekiel Elliott, and there was a rookie Dak Prescott. Nobody knew about them.
Right.
Now everybody know about them, and everything is right back to where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty sad. Because I don't really think the Panthers played that well. I think, because they didn't generate a whole lot of offense either. I just felt like, if the Dallas Cowboys had been up to par, they probably would have gave Carolina a better game. But this offensive output though, JB, is so weak, yo. I mean, like, what they got to do? I mean, I know they ain't got no wide receivers, and I don't know what you can do this early. What can you do to get the Cowboys back on track, in your opinion?
They got to go through trial by fire, like all teams that's rebuilding. You don't, like we always say on this show, you don't add by subtracting. You got a Hall of Famer shoes to fill. Let's never forget that. And the absence of Dez Bryant, just in the room with them other receivers, them guys didn't look like they had no confidence.
Yeah.
And it showed.
Yeah. So Slim J said that game should not have been close, but McCaffrey fumbled in the red zone. Big no, absolutely. And I ain't even gonna go on my whole Christian McCaffrey rant right now. But Anwar said Panthers shut down Zeke, and Dak showed he can't win you a game. Panthers guy said, Panthers didn't cook anything for Zeke to eat. He left Charlotte hungry, poor guy. I don't know. Like I said, I don't think the Panthers really. I don't think that was their best game. I did see some stuff out of young wide receivers that I did like, some stuff like that. We got to see C.J. Anderson in little spurts, but the focus still seemed to be on Christian McCaffrey. And I know people around here love that guy. He got to show me some stuff, yeah. He's think about this. Think about what New York did with their guy Saquon Barkley, right? He had the preseason he had a big run. And then last week's game he had a big run, but really though, is he really performing like the way that he should? Like the reason, like they brought him in at a matchup with Ezekiel Elliott, right? I'm talking about New York right now, right? Do you think he can do that? Just like I don't think Christian McCaffrey is a good replacement for a bruiser back like the guy he replaced. I feel like the difference is just so night and day. Like I don't know. I don't think we can win with a Christian McCaffrey at running back. Just like until I see something different in Barkley, I think the Giants are still back at square one. I don't know, Glass. What you think?
Are we talking about Giants, or are we talking about Christian McCaffrey?
Either way you want to go. I mean, I just kind of use the Panthers to kind of jump off to the Giants. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me just talk. I'm gonna defend Christian McCaffrey real quick. Yeah. I'm not saying he's a knockout running back. He's not a ground and pound. He's a finesse running back. Yeah. The problem is, this is just me. You got Cam Newton running the ball. You got Christian McCaffrey running the ball. You have no quality wide receivers. So until you get a quality wide receivers to open up the field, you're going to get what you get. They're going to stack the box, and Christian McCaffrey going to be struggling if and when he struggles.
Right. What you think, JB? Because Slim J say C.J. Anderson would be the HB. I mean, the running back. Glass, no, he good. CJ, he know how good CJ.
If he stay healthy, that's the whole problem when he was in Denver. If he was healthy, he's a quality running back.
Oh yeah. What you was gonna add, JB?
I just don't think that none of the running backs. Well, I like the running back situation in New Orleans, but even that guy, their every down back seems to be injury prone, and Mark Ingram. Yeah. But you gotta have the weapon X back there, and it's like they got a guy like that in every backfield in that. Yeah. But Saquon is rare. He could be every down back, even for the pass options and the pass plays to the running back. I think he probably end up being the best running back in that division.
Yeah, maybe. I think so. And I want to add with the New York game. I think I went into the game thinking that Ramsey and the Jaguars were going to really like defensively just manhandle the New York Giants. It didn't go down. I think actually, if you look at the matchup between Ramsey and Beckham, I think Beckham probably had a better day than Ramsey, right? Even though they did move Beckham around quite a bit and that kind of thing. But before we go into the other part of the show, I got to give props to one man who came into the NFC South, and he probably gonna run your boy Jameis Winston out of town, and that's your boy Fitzmagic, JB. Like, listen, I know it's week 1, and I know how you feel about Ryan Fitzpatrick. I know you have a certain thing about him. Like when he's in that backup role, he is like Optimus Prime. But then the minute you promote him, he like Hot Rod. He want to give up the Matrix. He don't want to be that guy no more. I don't know what's going on, JB. What you think?
Shit, shouts to him for that week 1. I mean,
absolutely.
I mean, wow, he did what he knew. Seemed like somebody gave him the memo that he was gonna have to outshoot Breeze, and he done it.
He did it.
So you can't really say too many bad things about a day like that.
Nah,
nothing actually.
No, I actually think in that case, it was a lot of Fitzpatrick and not a whole lot of. Well, I guess it was some Mike Evans too, but not a whole lot of Tampa Bay Bucks in that. It was a lot of Fitzpatrick though, and to see them run the score up on Drew Brees and stay with him, score for score. Look, man, he went. It was impressive. And anytime the Saints take a loss in a division, I'm all about that life glass. What you think?
Hey man, shouts out to Fitzpatrick, man. He's a good quarterback, you know what I'm saying? Just when it comes to crunch time, like the postseason, something like that, that's when he doesn't show up. But then again, is that like Jameis Winston shows up every game?
Right.
I could count on one hand how many games he showed up. Yeah. So when Jameis Winston get up to suspension, he'll still be sitting on the bench until I think otherwise with Fitzpatrick, because Fitzpatrick was throwing the ball to Deshaun Jackson, Mike Evans, the way Winston doesn't do. So Winston better take notes and see what he's supposed to be doing when he gets back, if he gets back.
You know why I'm so critical of a week 1 game?
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't play well, like Stafford, like the way the New York Jets defense played, because you have extra time to prepare. You know what the schedule is after the draft.
Right.
So you know what you're gonna be facing. You got time to talk about it. You got time to add nuances to it, a contingency plan, etc. Now, when it's week to week, that's when you start seeing who's who.
But does that excuse the Buffalo Bills and their coaching staff and they dismal and terrible quarterback? Does that excuse John Gruden and his Raiders? Does that excuse a lot of these teams that got blown out? It don't excuse them, because you got beat like that and you got caught on your heels. You had, like JB you said, you had all this extra time to prepare, but you're gonna put Nathan Peterman as your starter, and you named him your starter midway through the preseason. So you knew what you was getting into. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, well, listen. Once again, the question is it best available or is it about who injured? I mean, whatever they saw, they thought that would work. But and then it comes down to what you have on the field.
Right.
The other teams had the same amount of time. They just happened to be better talented.
Right.
Or the game plan was better. So I mean, it showed. I mean, a 47-3 blowout. I mean, look what the Jets did to the Lions. They took advantage of that time. Now, when it started becoming week to week and certain things happen and you're on a short week like we own, we'll see who's who. Then it expose everybody. Expose your players, expose your talent, expose your coaching.
I believe every word of that, but I'm also glad, like, what does Matt Patricia see in practice that he was so unprepared for that Monday night game? Like, I don't understand that. Like, he was completely unprepared. Like, the Jets beat them in every phase of the game. Like, in every phase of the game, you know what I mean? Like, it's no excuse. It's not.
Each phase scored a touchdown. That's the sad part about it. But like we said before, Matt Patricia, it's week 1. Yeah. I'm sure, hopefully, he'll adjust.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he got shell shocked. Mm-hmm. Like I say, he kept up with him in the first half. The second half, he just didn't know what to do. His mouth was open, and for what I understand, he didn't even talk to Stafford during the game, which I really don't understand. That's your $100 million plus quarterback. He stuck with you, so you need to keep communication with him. But if Patricia want to be successful on this team, he got to adjust, and he'll learn.
And then there's John Gruden, right? Look, you getting gashed up by Todd Gurley. What did you think was going to happen if you trade away your pass rush and your run stuffer and Khalil? What did you think was going to happen when you played against the Rams? What did they think was going to happen? That's the point. I don't get this. I definitely don't understand, JB. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I know the Khalil Mack stuff happened really, really, really close to kickoff, and the timing was a little rough. But man, I'm just saying, like, It's no excuse for me. I just feel like, the teams that lost that badly in week 1 need to be ashamed of themselves. Because like you said, they had extra time. They knew what was happening. They knew what they was facing. I mean, obviously, Green Bay didn't know Khalil Mack was going to show up in Chicago. I mean, like, that was the one thing that probably surprised somebody. But other than that, everything was everything, right? You know what I mean?
Well, I think as far as the Raiders go, I mean, if you're not looking around and seeing what's happening in your division, I mean, Denver drafted a guy to play alongside Von Miller. That panned out well.
Yeah.
Raiders, the Rams signed everybody who was a marquee free agent. Viable positions on their team. They shored up even more. Then you go look at the Chargers, and they've done everything under the sun as well. And then you get rid of your stud, the pillar of your defense. Yeah, you deserve to lose. It shouldn't have been that close.
And the fact that you knew you were facing Todd Gurley in week 1.
Correct. So it should have been worse.
Right.
It should have been worse. And it will be the second time they play.
I guess so. I guess either way, I definitely enjoyed week 1. I thought it was amazing. Look, for everybody who took an L, and listen, man, it was week 1. And for the ones who won.
Correction real quick. I know the Rams are not in the Raiders division. It's the same.
Right. Same,
city. That's what I was trying to refer to.
But it's time to move on to week 2. It's time for the ones who did take L's to regroup and bring it again, and maybe sway the opinions of people like us, because you only get one time to make a first impression, bro. And I mean, week 1, it's showtime. You got to do it. But Glass, you got a slate of games for us, right? We get to talk about today.
Oh yeah. Let's go ahead and get it cracking. First one up, the Thursday night game. We got an AFC North battle between JB's Baltimore Ravens going up to Cincinnati to play the Bengals. Both of them. Oh, they won 1-0, right?
Right.
Yeah. Who the Bengals play? Bengals play the
Indianapolis.
Yes. Okay. So I don't know. I'm gonna start this one off, JB. I love what the Ravens did last week. I think they showed, like, hey, people were starting to doubt us. People were starting to forget about us. Everybody got this crazy talk about they bringing the young quarterback in. Flacco's time is up and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, they shut all that down, right? You know what I mean? Even with journeyman wide receivers and all this kind of stuff, they went out there. Granted, they were playing against a pretty pathetic Buffalo Bills team. You know what I mean? But I definitely like what they put together. I don't think that Cincinnati showed me much of anything different that make me put them on my radar, Glass. I feel like they played against a team that was reeling and recovering and just getting themselves back together with a lot of rust on. They shaking off. I don't think they've impressed me that much. You know what? I'm going with Baltimore to continue their little roll. They got a nice little bit of momentum right now. This is a divisional foe who ain't really that good, and Baltimore going to smack them around a little bit. What you got, JB?
Well, I mean, these divisional games could go either way. You never know what happens when you end these right here. But I know that we got the edge because they beat us. They knocked us out of the playoffs basically on the 4th down play. This is the game that's fueling our season right now. So we got to have this one.
All right, cool. And Glass, how you feeling about this one?
Man, listen, it's a toss up to me because both teams are almost equally matched.
Yeah.
It's going to be a close game by a field goal because I like Joe Mixon. I like the run game. They got the wide receiver. Both teams got wide receiver. Now, Ravens got Crabtree. Flacco, Dalton, almost the same. Just because they're playing at home, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Bengals. I'm going to go against the Green.
Okay. I don't know. They just, I like Mixon too, but they didn't really, I don't know.
I know Mixon is not no McCoy, and he did nothing.
Yes,
that can't be your edge, Glass.
Right, right.
We'll see.
Peddler's got FSU said that Ravens versus Bengals is gonna be a good game.
Yeah.
Slim J say think Kenneth Dixon, the Ravens RB, got hurt again. He's on IR, so that they're gonna have to do some reshuffling right there.
Already done it.
Oh, see, there you go. They ready to go next man up. Let's go. All right, I like it. And we said they playing in the jungle. They playing in Cincinnati.
Yes.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think once you drop the first 40 burger of the year on the team, I don't care if it was Nathan Peterman. It's just that's a lot of momentum, and they gonna kill somebody.
Yeah, but sometimes when you play a fluff and then turn around and play a division opponent, that's gonna go against you.
Sometimes you can get caught up. You can get caught, but I don't know, man. I just know if I was a Raven right now,
it was not a fluff game. Them guys came out there to win. We just was too good. We stopped. We didn't we gave them a bad game. We're gonna
wait a minute.
You heard what he said? He said we was too good. You heard that? You heard what he said?
Hey, it was what it was. They came out to win. They lined up to win. They didn't come out there and say, "Hey, y'all put 47 on us." Nah,
I'm just saying if I was a Raven right now, I would feel good. I would feel real good about what
JB, JB, you believe in what you saying, man?
100%.
All right, let's move on, man. I don't want to get stuck up in this.
All right,
100%. You ain't pulling me in, JB.
Hey, Nathan Peterman does not play defense. You know what I'm saying? Nathan Peterman does not catch the ball. Nathan Peterman is not the running back.
Oh, we're not blaming Nathan Peterman for everything. The whole team sucked.
Nathan Peterman does.
We had a lot to do with the reason why they suck.
But Nathan Peterman does give the Ravens extra chances to run the score up, though. I'm just.
They didn't throw that many picks.
Well, he did. It was a lot of 3 and outs, though, right?
Of course.
Oh, yeah. I was saying, All right, go ahead. Right.
All right, man. Next up, we got another divisional matchup. NFC South. We got the Carolina Panthers going up to Atlanta to play the Falcons.
I love this one. I love this one a lot. Listen, Atlanta. I'm just saying. I think if we're gonna get Atlanta, this is what we got to get them right now. We get them, catch them at home slipping. I don't know. I feel like offensively, man, we're going to play a lot of catch up with him. Greg Olsen is done, but I do like the dude that's stepping up in his place. I forget what his name is off the top of my head, but that guy's playing pretty good football right now. The only thing I'm really worried about with Atlanta is their running game. Their running game is so good right now. But I like Carolina's chances. I think the Carolina defense going to be stout. They'll hold up. It'll be another low scoring contest. I got Carolina holding it down in the Mercedes-Benz Dome. I think we can do it. All right, so what about you, JB?
Freeman is out, and they lost their linebacker too. It's going to be another replacement fella in the middle. And Carolina still got to prove themselves without Greg Olsen and that receiving group and a secondary. I don't know, man. I mean, it looks like another Julio 300-yard game.
Oh, wow, that is hardcore. That's hardcore, yo. I'm look. That's their man, right? That's really all they really, And so glad Panthers guy says he did not just say the North Carolina Panthers. Come on, man, P. Diddy. Did you say North Carolina Panthers? Did you say that?
He said North Carolina Panthers.
No, did you say that?
No, did I say North Carolina Panthers?
Look, I'm about to watch the tape, man.
I might have, you might have said North Carolina.
Okay, my fault.
Look, he's letting you know it's one team, 2 states. Okay, get it together. Okay, quit playing. Okay, you leaving a bunch of people out. Them South Carolina people, they represent Carolina Panthers too. Okay,
my mistake. Now I'm thinking about it. I might have said it, so I ain't gonna say yeah.
Slim said Falcon safety Ken O'Neal is out too. That was with Kyle Shanahan, the new OC, can't even score in the red zone.
That's where I'm going to. Yeah. With my pick, I wanted to pick the Atlanta Falcons because they got more weapons than the Panthers. But if Steve Sarkisian since he's been the Atlanta Falcons OC, I have not been impressed. That just goes to show you how Kyle Shanahan know how to dial everything up.
Yeah.
With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Falcons because they're home. But if they lose this game bad, I'm talking about the Falcons.
Yeah,
Steve Sarkisian need to be fired.
I mean, because definitely since he ain't been able to match, Shanahan's. Why he didn't just look at the old tapes and steal the books? I mean,
see, he want to do his new thing. It's all about pride. Okay. He want to do Kyle Shanahan stuff. He want to do Steve Sarkisian stuff.
You do like Doug Peterson do. You take the play, you give it a new name, you call it the Philly Special, and then
there you go.
And that's all you got to do. You just rename it and shine it up and call it something brand new.
Yeah, paint it and shine it up, bro.
I just feel like the Greg Olsen injury is going to be significant.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I tell you, man. I think that I think his name was Ian Thomas. Mm-hmm. He stepped in that game and he had some big catches in that game, and it was almost like unless you was really paying attention, they saw one dude was white, one dude was black. You didn't even know Greg Olsen was missing. I know Greg Olsen is a special. He's him and Cam got that little special thing going on, and Greg also can quietly sneak and get behind the defense so easily. But you know what though, I like all those young guys that Cam got, and I think once that offense get rolling, they'll be okay. It's just that running game, man. I just.
Well, but I mean, it's voids on both sides. Keenan Allen, Freeman, you got Greg Olsen for the Panthers. It's a few more people. Khalil's out for y'all. You know, it's a few things that's happening to both teams, but. It's a lot has to be said about Cam if he's able to get it done in Atlanta with a host of guys.
Yeah, but it's a big game though, and Carolina got to go in there and get it done because I'm telling you, like this is what got us in trouble last year. We started losing divisional games on the road, and then couldn't back it up at home, and that's where you run into a problem, and that's why you get the Saints beating up on us 3 times in a row. But hopefully they can go down here to Atlanta, get this one done. And that way, when they come home, we'll have a little bit of an edge.
What was the last diagnosis on Kuechly?
Kuechly's good.
He came back in the game.
Yeah, Kuechly's straight. It was Olsen with the foot. That was the issue. You know what I'm saying? So,
I know Kuechly got some attention during the game.
Yeah. But I feel good about Carolina. What you got? Glass next.
All right, we got an NFC North divisional game. We got the Minnesota Vikings going up to Lambeau Field to play the Green Bay Packers.
Okay. And they going to Lambeau to play?
They're going to Lambeau, yes.
So I want you to watch this game, Glass, and I want you to pay close attention to what happens when the Green Bay Packers have to face a real team, a team that actually got some skilled players and a coach that know what he's doing, and this kind of thing. They're going to beat the brakes out the Green Bay Packers.
No doubt, but that does not have nothing to do with it.
I just want you to watch the game. No, because like my opening salvo when we talked about Green Bay was that the Green Bay Packers suck. I didn't say Aaron Rodgers sucked. I mean, the dude is, probably one of the best quarterbacks that's playing right now. I'm just saying that team is terrible. And
no doubt. Right? I'm not arguing that.
Okay, so I got the Vikings. Go ahead, guys. Where you going?
I'm no doubt. I'm picking the Vikings. We don't even know Aaron Rodgers is going to play.
Right, that's right.
They still trying to figure out if this league going to be able to hold out. Mm-hmm. But then again, that's not knocking. Yeah, I'm gonna knock Bears secondary. Kyle Fuller, he should have caught that interception. But I digress. They got a better secondary than the Bears. Aaron Rodgers is gonna have problems. Right. I know he's playing at home, but like you said, they go the Minnesota defense is top notch. Yeah, they're gonna choke them out. I'm picking the Vikings.
Yep, and that just leaves you, JB. Who you got?
Well, even though Aaron Rodgers is the man, you ain't gonna be able to pull this one out. The Vikings are way too sound.
Absolutely.
So no, that take a L. I'm going Vikes too.
Yeah, and it won't be no fault of Aaron Rodgers. It'll be the fault of the rest of his team. That's what it'll be, right?
And then they got the running back from what's that guy's name?
Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
Right. They're a complete different team right now.
Yeah.
They ready to do it. So yeah, that one was easy. Panthers guy said, I got Packers if Rodgers plays and is good. Well, I mean, obviously, if he's good, you know what I mean. But
no, I don't care if Rodgers is good. They ain't gonna be Minnesota. Man.
Let me ask y'all this though: during that game, did y'all see Jimmy Graham do anything in that game?
Nope.
Did he even play?
He lined up a couple times.
He was there. Yeah, he made some catch. He made a catch or two.
I thought he would have a bigger impact on the game, but okay.
I agree.
But you know what though? Now that you say it, JB, this dude been lazy his whole career though. Like, has he ever really stood out? I mean, like when he was in New Orleans. He was in New Orleans. He was beasting a little bit in New Orleans. But when he went to Seattle, did he really stand out that much?
No.
He had a big play every once in a while, maybe every 3 games.
Unluckily for him, the Packers and Seattle don't use a lot of tight end situations.
Right. Yeah.
They don't. You can't name a tight end in the past 7 years that just pops into your mind for Green Bay ever up until now.
Right. Yeah, up until now. That's it. So yeah, but he would show up sporadically and make a huge play. He'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's right. He did play on this team. That's right. Oh yeah." You know what I mean? But there you go. I don't think he's gonna be no game. He gonna change the momentum in that division. He don't change it like that.
Unless he would have went to if he had gone to Chicago or Detroit, maybe.
Right, maybe. Okay. All right. Where we going next?
Next up, we got the Kansas City Chiefs going to Heinz Field to play the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Wow. They on the road. See, I like their performance last week. I like the young boy Pat Mahomes and Tyreek Hill and them boys. They got off. It's just that was at home. You know what I mean? Now they're going on the road, and I believe. See, the Steelers still going through some stuff, but I think their mindset is changing. I think they're not really worrying about Le'Veon Bell right now. I think they like what they saw in James Conner. He had a pretty, he was okay. It was serviceable. I mean, does he? You got a game plan for him like you do with Le'Veon? Probably not. But I mean, I think he opened some people's eyes, though. I think so. But the Pittsburgh Steelers are still dangerous. They're a dangerous team, and they got took to the limits by the Cleveland Browns last week. So they have to prove to everybody that they're not that team because everybody's saying, okay, if the Cleveland Browns take you to the limit, I can beat you because I'm better than the Cleveland Browns. You know what I'm saying, right? So I think that at home we'll see a more aggressive, Mike Tomlin, Ben Roethlisberger, Antonio Brown. I think they will. I think they'll win the game. JB, what you got?
I don't like the fact that they got took to the limit by the Cleveland Browns, and you're facing a Kelsey, a dual threat quarterback again. Tyreek Hill is probably gonna hurt them more ways than just playing receiver. No, I'm picking the Chiefs to win in Pittsburgh.
Right. Wow.
And be close, but it's just KC too dynamic. They got their players can do more. They're more than one trick pony. So
yeah, but I don't know, man. I just feel like that game last week, man, is just it left a bad taste in Thomas. I mean, I watched his presser, yo. He was doing everything in his power to be as professional. He wanted to say some stuff last that he couldn't say because he was pissed off that Hugh Jackson pretty much almost got one over on him, and he didn't like it. He didn't like the way.
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about
Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm just saying, and you know how he is, man. When he feel like his pride hurt a little bit, he gets pretty aggressive. They
had a chance to finish the game.
I mean, when you miss a field goal,
that ain't on Cleveland.
I mean, they missed the field goal and they let him get in an overtime situation. And, it is what it is. But
I guess he pissed off about the 8 turnovers that they had.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
That's something to be mad about.
Absolutely. So I don't know. I think that'll fuel him a little bit, man. I do think I'm agree with you too, JB. I do think that the team coming in there is a little bit better than them, a little bit faster, younger, But I just feel like they feeling like, we almost got punked out by the Cleveland Browns. We can't do this. You know what I mean? Right?
It seems to me, it seems to me when the Pittsburgh Steelers are desperate, they start doing things toward AB's way, and 7 out of 10 it worked out for them except for last Sunday. They went to AB. They were getting chunk plays with Brown and Schuster starting to show up in them situations. Yeah. If they survive that, they'll win the game.
Yeah, I don't know, Glass.
Cleveland should have won the game.
What you think, Glass?
It's a lot of good games this week. It's coin toss. They're playing at home. Steelers got to bounce back off of that. They can't sit there and lose, tie with the Browns, then lose to the Chiefs at home. They're gonna turn around. Not knocking the Chiefs, but the Chiefs defense is suspect. I think it's gonna hurt them that they let Mike Peters go. I think Big Ben and Antonio Brown gonna use that to their advantage. Steelers defense ain't legit either. They long in the tooth and everything. But since they're playing at home, and I got to see what Patrick Mahomes got in the arm and accuracy, I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Steelers. You got to prove me wrong.
There you go. I like the Steelers too. All right. What else we got? Is that it?
And one more
against the Steelers last week, and I almost was right.
Hey, look, I mean,
horseshoes and grenades, bro.
True.
There you go.
Next up, one more, last one.
Yeah.
New England Patriots going up to Jacksonville to play the Jaguars.
I like it. I actually wanted to see who played them last week. Houston, right?
Who, Jaguars?
The Patriots.
Yeah, Patriots.
Yeah, but the Texans looked. I was excited because they got the band back together. I thought that Houston was gonna come out and be that old Houston team that we saw from 2016, right? 2017. Mm-hmm. And they were so super rusty, man. Like oh my God, Watson looked like he was struggling to find himself. Watt played okay, but you can still tell he's losing a step. I don't know, but I really expected them to kind of give New England a little bit more. They didn't. This one is promising though, but at the same time, the New York Giants pretty much dueled it out with the Jaguars last week, which I thought that wasn't supposed to go down either. So it's weird how when teams finish where they finished at and then where they started at this season, they just look different, man. Normally, if this was the end of the season form, I would be picking all over the Jaguars right now. I can't do it right now, Glass. I can't do it.
What?
I'm going with the Patriots in this one. What you got, Glass?
You know how I feel about the New England Patriots. I hate them to the core. I believe, you know what? This could be payback from last year in the AFC championship. I got to see what Doug Marrone got in. I want to see if he could adjust going up against Belichick and with it at home.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and take this chance, jump out there. I don't know how's Fournette. Is he? I know he had a hamstring situation.
Yeah, he has some. He can play. He's gonna play. But
okay. That Jaguar defense better put pressure on Brady. Don't give him time out there in the pocket. I'm gonna take a chance. I'm gonna pick the Jaguars over the Patriots. It's gonna be a close game, but we'll see.
Man, I don't know. It just seemed like like I said, they not in mid or end of season form, man, and they look like a completely different team to me. I'm staying away from them right now, JB. What you got?
I will believe in Glass's pick in the Jaguars only if it wasn't for Blake Bortles, and it's going to be his opportunity to win the game for the Jags, and he is, with that last possession, and he is not going to come through. So it's going to be a close one. If it wasn't for Blake, I'd give the Jags the win, but the defense can't do everything, and Belichick know that, and they're known for taking your strength away. As long as Brady on the field, dinking and dunking, that defense stays on the sideline.
Yeah,
and they know that.
Yeah, I think so. And then I'm just trying to think, that defense didn't even get Eli, did they? I think Eli came out of that game untouched, right?
Right.
So I mean, that's a little odd right there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just weird. But I know, again, week one stuff, hard to really, really put a stamp on things in week one. But we got a good idea of what people like. The ones that came out. I do believe that they wasn't fluky. I don't think the Tampa thing is fluky. I just think that it was the right opponent at the right time and that kind of thing. I don't think the Jets are fluky. I think the Jets. What we had the Jets winning by what? 7, 8, 9 games this year?
Who, Jets?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think they were fluky. You know what I mean? I think that what we saw is a pretty decent gauge, JB. I mean, give or take a few things. What you think?
Of who? The Jets?
No, just what we saw in week one.
It's promising. Some stuff is, some teams will get it corrected. Some teams are. That's just a peek into what they're gonna be like.
Yeah.
But overall, I think it was a good litmus for most.
Absolutely, I think so. Like, can you think of a team that you think gonna turn a real serious corner from what we saw? Like either team that got beat really bad last week, or a team that won really big last week. Do you think them taking a sharp turn going the other way, and this week one, which is a bunch of hype? Which you don't think there's no team out there like that?
I'm looking at it right now. I don't think so. Like we all say, it's week one. Come week 3, we know who everybody's going to be. If I had to pick a team that would shock me, I know the Browns going to do better, but everybody knows.
Everybody looking for that.
It going anywhere but up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna say the Buccaneers if Fitzpatrick keep on doing what he's doing.
Yeah, I think right now, Jimmy Wilson. What is he on a 4-game suspension? Right,
3 game.
3 games. So if he can win 2, if he go 2-1, JB Fitzpatrick, if he can win 2 out of the 3, what's the over under that he get extended play time, or they or what you think they're gonna bench him immediately?
Well, it's a copycat league.
Yeah.
But I want to answer your first question first before I get to that.
Yeah.
I think by week 4, the talk will be the Chicago Bears defense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I put money on that. I don't know. I was gonna go to the Raiders, but nah, that's too big of a void. But anyway, I think if the coach, because the NFL is a copycat league, he's gonna come up with this excuse to keep the public calm by just saying he's gonna go with the one with the hot hand.
Right.
And if Fitzpatrick winning games, there's no reason to take him out of the game.
Exactly.
That's what I believe too. And the next thing you know, it's gonna be week 8, and he's still gonna be the quarterback.
And then then Jameis Winston to be Josh Freeman all over.
Absolutely, it'd be that whole story all over again. I think somebody in the chat said it earlier, though, that this might be it for him. He might not ever wear that starting that uniform again. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming out for checking us out this week 2. I don't know if you guys agree with a lot of stuff we said, disagree, but it was always good to have y'all in the comments with the conversation. If you guys have not subscribed to the channel, which I think most of you guys are, but if you're not, go ahead and push the subscribe button for your boys real quick. Go ahead and join up with us, and because the subscription helps, man. And the more people know about our show, the better. Because we got a small little show, but I think our show is dope. And and if you guys think it's dope, we appreciate that too. Glass, it's been awesome, man. Like, I really got my football fixed last week. Got a chance to see some really good stuff. I was pleased with a lot of things that I saw. I don't know how you felt about that, but go ahead and put yourself over for the fans and let them know what's going on with you.
We appreciate everybody joining in, checking out the show. Slim J, Panther God, Anwar, everybody out there in we call it Periscope, with all the social media that we on. Anyway, if you guys don't see me here at Team Boy TV Live, you can catch me at Get With Sports, place where you get your sports with a little swag. Follow me on Twitter at Get With Sports. Check out the blog page at getwithsports.wordpress.com. Here on YouTube, Get With Sports 2. Get in contact with me. Hit me up on the email at getwithsports2. That's number 2 at gmail.com. And I want to say it's a great show. Big Q, JB, we did the damn thing, bro.
Yeah, despite all the
technical moments. But I'm disappointed though. I'm disappointed about one thing tonight. Because the Panthers are playing in Atlanta this weekend, I really wanted either Aries or Joe to be in the comment section. If they were in the comment section, they didn't say nothing. But that's okay. It's good you don't say nothing because I'm going to say it for you. You know what I mean? Your team going to get the brakes beat off of them. And then I just see you guys on Twitter on Sunday. We'll talk about it. Anyway, JB, go ahead and put yourself on for everybody, bro.
All right, hey, pardon the bugs, pardon my little bit lack of energy tonight. I'm kind of preoccupied with the hurricane preparation stuff. Yeah. And if you're in the area, in the region, man, stay safe. Don't take this stuff lightly. If they're telling you to get low, things of that nature. But I appreciate everybody who was in the comment section, who subbed up and watching the show right now. Shouts to you. And you can always catch me here on Wednesdays and on Twitter as Raven Shogun.
There you go. Hey, look how this guy at FSU said, best believe they were watching you. But look, Joe, if Aries don't say nothing, Joe usually do because Joe's a cocky little bastard, you know. But it's okay. It'll get crazy on Twitter, and I can't wait. You know what I mean? And of course, you guys, if you're not following me on Twitter, I'm on Twitter as at TeamBoydTV. And like JB was saying, man, everybody, if you live out here close in the Carolinas, man, do what they tell you to do. Don't try to be no hero, you know, because if you were around in '89. Hurricane Hugo. JB, you remember how that was. Anyway,
pretty crazy.
So hopefully we can reconvene here next week with no issues, and hopefully we'll still have our roof over our head. We'll see y'all next time, man. Y'all take it easy. Peace. And all right, football fans, the 2018 Team Boy TV online programming campaign has begun. Team Boy TV Live will be airing live on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. We also have the Team Boy TV presents the Black and Blue podcast, which will be airing on Tuesday nights at 7:30 p.m. We also have Team Boy TV Game Time, which are picks for the week, which will be airing on Saturdays. Follow us on all of our social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Also subscribe to us on Twitch for all your NFL coverage for 2018.